And Hugh, good evening to you. While the likes of England and Italy have stumbled on match day 2, Spain and Germany have been the standard bearers in Euro 2024 so far. Both have maximum points, both into the knockouts, and tonight one of Netherlands or France can join them. Ronald Koeman trying to bring the spirit of '88 to this exciting Dutch class of 2024. He's one of 2 managers here this summer to have won the European Championship as a player, the other Didier Deschamps of France. And of course the big question for the French tonight is how will they fare with Kylian Mbappe only available for the bench. Maignan is the French goalkeeper, Koundé, Upamecano, Saliba and Hernandez are the defenders, Conte and Chouameni in midfield, Dembele out on the right, Rabiot towards the left, Griezmann in support of Thuram up front. And for the Dutch, Verbruggen is the goalkeeper, Dumfries, De Vrij, Van Dijk and Ake go back 4. Charlton and Reinders are the 2 in midfield, Frimpong, Simons and Gakpo in behind Memphis Depay up front. It is an absolutely scintillating atmosphere here on a lovely warm evening in Leipzig, to the east of Germany. It's been great seeing the 2 sets of supporters mixing in the build-up. We are just about ready to get underway. The French fans to the left, a giant tricolour, blue, white and red, right behind the goal. And France in their change kit tonight, the white shirt with pinstripes down the middle, dark blue shorts and white socks, and they'll play from left to right in the first half. And the Dutch from right to left, all in orange. And the Aranci and Les Bleus have both brought their usual colour and energy to Leipzig. It's a simple equation for both sides. Win and a place in the last 16 is guaranteed. And from there, the prospect of European Championship glory may really start to feel possible. It's Friday night at Euro 2024 and we are just about ready to get off and underway live on TalkSport. And an early touch for Virgil van Dijk in the heart of the Dutch back line. Square past his central defensive colleague Stefan de Vrij. Far more Netherlands supporters, it looks like in the stadium, it has to be said, than there are France fans, albeit a healthy contingent of French fans away to our left. But in some ways the atmosphere has been such that it almost feels like a Dutch home game. They have packed the squares and bars of Leipzig in the build-up as well. But at the end of the day, it's whoever wins tonight that will seal their passage into the last 16. Van Dijk back to goalkeeper Bart Verbruggen, who was very impressive in 90 minutes on match day 1 against Austria. And the Dutch have started the game in possession, deep inside their own half the field. Dumfries ball up towards Depay on the halfway line, tried to play reverse ball, and it's threaded through by Simons, and Frimpong is clear, straight away gets the shot in, and it's ruled just wide of the far post, and behind for a corner inside the first minute, Chris Wellerman.
Well, I've got to say, the Dutch, they went straight back, very, very patient in possession. I thought France without the ball were excellent, then all of a sudden, pass. It's Depay, little one round the corner, Gakpo comes in, puts in Frimpong, he's in behind. I thought his first touch was poor. You know, Saliba's chasing him all the way. Can he cut across the body, stop that the defender from advancing, and he can get a shot away there. It was a great save from Maignan as well.
Well, Hernandez has gone down. I don't know if he needs the physio or he doesn't. He's been helped to his feet. It's a glancing touch off the glove of Maignan, and we'll get a word from Emmanuel Petit on that in just a moment. Corner to the Dutch. Depay will take it. It'll be a right-footed in-swinging delivery. 0-0, but already Netherlands have gone very close. Very important save. The referee, by the way, is Anthony Taylor, a familiar name to the Premier League, and he's just halted the taking of the corner momentarily amid some pushing and shoving in the box. Depay, number 10, will make it take 2. Here it comes, right-footed into the 6-yard box, headed away by Upamecano. The ball will spiral down to the edge of the France penalty area. Foul by Xavi Simons, 0-0 the score. And what a moment for the French goalkeeper, Emmanuel Petit.
Yeah, I think that's the first warning for the French defense. I think we should be more concentrated, on the first ball. Yeah.
Emmanuel Petit with us tonight, a former World Cup winner, a winner of Euro 2000 with France. And the French fans away to the left are waving their flags with great energy and enthusiasm now. Conte, who was so outstanding on match day 1, tears over the halfway line with that trademark pace and energy. Now Dembele, little nutmeg through the legs of Cody Gakpo. A man who enjoyed that. Halfway line for France is Tchouaméni, playing football for the first time in a game since the Champions League semi-final, when he had that foot injury, and it's been over 5 weeks of rehabilitation now, as the Dutch have possession and they go all the way back to goalkeeper Bart Verbruggen away to our right hand side. It's Netherlands 0, France 0, 3 minutes played, and I can see both head coaches on the far side of the field, Didier Deschamps and Ronald Koeman, Euros winner in 1988. It's not quite been total football for the Dutch so far, Chris Iwelumo, but they're coming here on a high after that match day 1 win.
Yeah, very confident in possession, even under a good French press. I've got to say, what's intelligent as well, when Depay comes for the ball, Gakpo comes from outside to in, and he stretches the pitch, and also he's an outlet.
Good run by Thuram through the middle, and he's played it into the penalty area. Rabiot had to be held up in front of the retreating Frimpong, who's got tremendous pace. Now Griezmann goes for goal, tipped away by Verbruggen. France will have a corner. What a start to the game.
Nice try from Griezmann, but I thought that Rabiot had a chance as well, the opportunity to strike. Didn't take it.
Yeah, I think he's got to take that first touch in and talk to him about Verbruggen there. Can he not just catch that ball with 2 hands? Is that a TV save for the cameras?
Only 21 years of age, Bart Verbruggen, the Dutch goalkeeper. Corner to France at the end that is just filled with a sea of orange. Taken short by Griezmann to Dembele. 0-0 the score. Netherlands against France. Ball played back to the edge of the penalty area. N'Golo Conte 25 yards out. Back out wide to the captain Griezmann. Lovely and swinging delivery headed away by Virgil van Dijk. Captain's cross met by the captain's header. Griezmann cleared away by Van Dijk. Here he is again on the right wing position. Griezmann left-footed again, headed away by Van Dijk once more. Not a good delivery this time. And Dumfries will come away with possession for the Dutch. And with their pace and excitement and enthusiasm in attack, there'll always be a danger. Xavi Simons, the young number 7, over the halfway line. High diagonal ball, crossfield to the left. Koundé gets back against Gakpo, and that'll go out of play for a throw to France in their right back position. You win Talk Sport. 5 minutes gone and it's 0-0.
I've got to say, impressed with both in possession of the ball. Without it, I think both have been brave, trying to press high, force the issue. Both have shown the quality in possession as well, that they can play through that, but straight away from going from attack into these defensive positions. Koundé was asked a question there, he goes and just gets his body between ball and man and ushers the ball out. Good defending in the end.
It's a lovely warm evening here in the East German city of Leipzig. We've had torrential rain in the build-up, but that's certainly a thing of the past now. Quite humid, the floodlights on, and there are Dutch fans bouncing up and down almost everywhere you look. We've seen people in orange suits, head to toe, as Upamecano drives the ball high downfield, headed away by Van Dijk, retreating to the edge of his penalty area. Netherlands 0, France 0. Dembele has isolated Ake on a one-on-one, and he sets up Conte on the overlap down by the corner flag. Back to Jules Koundé, takes a touch, whips in the cross, not a good delivery, steered away by Van Dijk, and Emmanuel Petit frustrated with that.
Yeah, for the moment I think our crosses are not good enough, you know. It was twice with from Griezmann, now it's from Koundé. We need to do much better than that, technically.
And Antoine Griezmann has said that the mood is high in the camp, but that there are 1 or 2 things for the French to work on. Beat Austria on match day 1. Austria who've beaten Poland. As Upamecano steps in front of Xavi Simons to win it back just inside French territory. The game will just settle down again. France have possession just shy of the halfway line. Tchouaméni, little 1-2 with Rabiot. Tchouaméni has got Saliba or Upamecano square, just dropping in between the 2 centre-halves, and France will build again from the defensive third with calm possession. The results earlier, if you missed them: Group E, Slovakia 1, Ukraine 2. Ukraine's first points of Euro 2024, and as I say, Austria 3-1 winners against Poland, and Poland will be the first team eliminated from the tournament if France avoid defeat tonight. Only a win for the Dutch or the French will guarantee their spot in the knockouts. Conte back to Upamecano. Very very lively atmosphere here. These are two of the best supported teams in the tournament. Not a good ball, cross-field by Upamecano, straight out of play. There's a slight carelessness about some of these French passes.
Yeah, I felt that they couldn't go advance forward, but they've got quality in there. That's when they've got to use the likes of Dembele, Kanté, give them the ball. It was on to go out to the Hernandez, but the accuracy wasn't right.
Here is Reinders, middle of the France half, forward to Depay, little flick down the middle, Simons has got the pace to beat Upamecano, Depay trying to spin and turn inside the box, held up by Saliba, referee says no penalty,
No chance.
France come away with possession.
I think he fall down very easily.
So when you're looking at that there, there's excellent link up with Simons and Depay. He tries to roll Saliba. I'm looking on the monitor now. There is hands on the back, but yeah, he's not getting there. I don't think it's a penalty kick. It will be looked at.
This is tough competition, you know. You need to do much more than that, you know, to earn a penalty. I mean, he fall really easily, you know, on the floor.
Looking for it,
Yes.
perhaps. And he wasn't awarded it. If VAR did look at it, then certainly no serious check took place. Netherlands 0, France 0, it remains. But a very lively start to the game. Very high tempo, and the atmosphere is just electric. It's the sort of arena, 2 tiers, perfect for concerts, this kind of stadium, because it really retains the noise. And here in the commentary position, we're nice and close to the pitch. Griezmann threads the ball out to the left and Hernandez. He's kept it in down by the corner flag. One-on-one with Dumfries, back to Griezmann, who steers the ball infield, cleared away by Stefan de Vrij, given away by Frimpong. France have it back. Frimpong sliding in the right wing-back position where he's used to playing. Depay will carry the ball forward to the midway point of his own half. A strange ball.
Dangerous.
Clip left, and Nathan Ake dealt with it well. As you say, Emmanuel Petit, alongside us for commentary tonight. That was a risky ball, but the Dutch will take risks, and they've taken the free kick quickly. Reinders strides over the halfway line, through down the middle to Gakpo, tries to flick it forward to Depay. Good intervention by Upamecano coming across. It'll bounce down to Ake, out in the left wing position on the near side of the field. Infield to Simon for number 7. Reinders, 30 yards out, faced up by the white shirts of France. The Dutch all in orange from right to left. 10th minute 0-0, live on TalkSport. Frimpong corner of the penalty area now. Back to Schouten. Frimpong, so dangerous, the Leverkusen man. Schouten with an opportunity to cross. It was half there. In the end, had to go back to De Vrij.
Well, that all came from Reinders, just driving through the heart of the midfield of France there, and then Gakpo presented himself, and there's a real understanding between Gakpo and Depay, isn't there? The edge of the box, they're linking up very well.
They certainly are, and that'll be cause for concern for France, Emmanuel Petit.
Yeah, that's what I said, you know, before the game. We have to be very careful, you know, the communication between the holding midfielders and the social defenders, because most of the time they try to find a space between them.
And the Dutch fans are loving the start that they've made. 0-0 it remains. Orange scarves being waved in front of us here. The ball is with Frimpong, back to the halfway line, and Denzel Dumfries. European Championship winners in 1988, the French winners in 84 and 2000, where Emmanuel, of course, was part of that famous squad. Still great memories, I'm sure.
Ah, yes. Great memories, you know, just like a great wine, you know.
Well, we know all about that. No, it's been a great atmosphere all throughout the tournament. Supporters enjoying themselves in a responsible manner, and that's what it's all about. High ball downfield towards Dumfries, and there's a flag up on the far side of the field, and the French will get themselves a free kick. First sign of Didier Deschamps thinking about coming out to the edge of his technical area, and he does now in his dark suit and white shirt, the trademark uniform for Deschamps, arms folded on the far side. And the ball is now with Dembele on the halfway line, dancing between two orange shirts. Terrific pace from Dembele, electric away from Cody Gakpo, who isn't slow himself. Rabiot 1-2 with Griezmann, touched on to the French number 7. Griezmann again, out to the left hand side, the far side, and Hernandez. Griezmann, Hernandez. France try to up the tempo in possession, and just need a little refinement in the final third, maybe, based on the 12 minutes we've seen so far. Both goalkeepers have made saves, and Magnon's one was probably more difficult to deny Frimpong. And France have got it again on the halfway line.
I have to ask Emmanuel, Tchouameni and N'Golo Kanté, Griezmann's going everywhere, so they're getting outnumbered in there. They've got 3 Xavi Simons is dropping, so there's Schotten, Randers, Simons, and they've always got an outlet, the Dutch. How can they combat against that? Is it discipline of Griezmann, pull him back?
Of course, you need to get the discipline from the guys in front of you, you know. They have to defend with you. You have to defend as a team against players.
Koundé's cross, headed away by Reinders. Nearly a chance on the attack for France, and that was a much better ball in from Koundé.
Yeah, much better. You know, 3 opportunities now. The crosses haven't come in, or it's been a poor cross. That would have been right on the money. Had to be defended well.
Only 1 defeat in their last 9 in all competitions now for France. And Didier Deschamps hoping to become the first manager to win the World Cup and the European Championship as a player and as a coach. Reverse ball, Dembele up the inside right channel. Koundé gets to it. First time right-footed cross, headed away.
Yes.
By De Vrij. Thuram didn't attack it, did he?
Yes.
Now it's back with Rabiot. 25 yards out, right of centre. The ball into the feet of Thuram. Back heel. Yes! Rabiot is in square. Griezmann can't score. And back towards Rabiot again. How did that stay out? Nobody could believe it. Still 0-0 somehow. And France are stunned. Why didn't Rabiot go for goal? I think Griezmann almost missed his kick. They're still on the attack here with Thuram. Corner of the penalty area. Extraordinary miss. Nobody in the stadium can quite believe how that didn't go in. Here's Conte wriggling his way to the box. Griezmann tucks it wide. Emmanuel Petit, can you believe it?
I can't believe it. How did we miss that? I need to see the replay because I think Rabiot, you know, on the first touch, I think he could score. He was very generous, you know, with Griezmann. He gave him, but I think he could have scored easily. Try.
Rabiot is 6 yards out and he's poked it square to Griezmann, who's slightly more central, and he's stumbled, hasn't he?
On top of it, he's on his left foot, so he could have done much better than that, you know. Score, you are so close to the goalkeeper.
I've got to say, when he released it to Griezmann, it wasn't a great ball. It was behind him as well. You know, it was a great little bit of play from Thuram at the edge of the box, little back heel. Great first touch from Rabiot as well, but it's his left foot. Put the foot through it, hit the target, ask the question.
Rabiot, who hasn't scored an international goal since November in that 14-0 qualifying win over Gibraltar, and he should have scored at Euro 2024 there. What a start to the game. 15 minutes gone and it's been breathless. Somehow it's still Netherlands 0, France 0, but that's a massive chance missed. And it was Griezmann who was talking about France's profligacy in front of goal in the build-up to tonight, and he's partly at fault, but Rabiot, well, we thought we were right behind it, and we thought all he's going to do is roll that into the net, and he didn't. He tried to lay it square. There's being unselfish, and then there's being needlessly unselfish.
Yes,
and that was that, right?
Definitely.
Here is Schouten for the Dutch over the halfway line to Frimpong, hugging the touchline on the far side, the right, so a long way from our commentary position. We're just inside the Dutch half in terms of where we're sitting, and very close to the Oranje supporters. Van Dijk back to Verbruggen, all in dark green, the goalkeeper. Now Reinders has taken up a midfield position in a pocket of space. He's drifted away from Dembele and rolled the ball wide left to Gakpo. Gakpo takes it in his stride and he's forcing Koundé to backpedal. Gakpo into the penalty area, right-footed effort, tipped away by Maignan. Another good save from the goalkeeper.
It's an excellent save from Maignan there. I've got to say, Gakpo, he's so direct. Aki's breaking his neck to try and get round the outside, but he comes in, cuts back, takes it through round two, opens up the goal, and he's trying to find that bottom right-hand corner. Goalkeeper Mike Maignan sees it late, but it's an excellent save, strong left hand.
Great save. The ball bounced back just in front of him, you know. It was so difficult, you know, to stop that ball.
Spats off the turf, and Maignan 2 hands to tip it away. It'll be Memphis Depay, right-footed swinging corner, looping high towards the back post, over the head of Dumfries. It'll drift away towards the near side.
But it comes from Randers again, driving through the heart of the midfield of France. Yes. And then he can go out to right, he can go out to the left. That has to be dealt with.
Of course, a midfielder should have come, you know, to Gakpo just to stop his run.
Emmanuel Petit and Chris Iwelumo, our commentary team tonight here in Leipzig. Netherlands 0, France 0, but big chances at both ends as the ball goes out to play for a French throw in front of being, in fact, a free kick right in front of the dugout, and Hernandez with a very short pass to Tchouameni. And now Rabiot dropping deep just inside his own half of the field. Are France shaped up exactly as you thought they would, Emmanuel?
Sorry, second.
Have they shaped up in terms of formation as you thought they would, France?
Yes, definitely, yeah, because this is exactly what Deschamps did, during the World Cup in 2018, with Matuidi on the left flank. So I'm not surprised about the formation, the tactic formation tonight.
Little touch by Griezmann, back to Conte. Conte trying to burst forward from the halfway line. Standing in his way is Schouten. Griezmann, lovely little knockout to the left. Effortless to find Hernandez. Left wing position, and that attempted across rolls off the shins of Dumfries and behind for a corner to France on the far side as we look at it.
I think with the way that France are set up, when you talk about formation, it's actually very surprising that Rabiot finds himself the one that's more advanced. It's like a kind of hook, isn't it? That four in midfield, he's the one that sits, but Dembele is a little bit more advanced. So yeah, but in that opportunity, it's a massive one, isn't it? He has to make sure that that's in the back of the net. On his good foot as well.
Should have scored, definitely.
Has to.
Yes.
Saliba, Upamecano and Koundé are all forward here. Griezmann left-footed high to the six-yard box, headed away by Stefan de Vrij.
Oh my God.
Some super centre-halves on show. That's a terrible ball out of play by Dembele.
That's the problem with him. He's capable of great things, but at the end, you only remember, all the technical things, he should have done, because it's magnificent, he can dribble anybody in the stadium, but when he comes to cross, he can be as well in the stadium.
Frustrating player for France supporters at times. Gakpo is opposite number 11, who feels like a big major tournament player. Cody Gakpo trying to wriggle away from a sea of white shirts, couldn't do it, but he had a great World Cup in 2022, did Gakpo, and he was off the mark for the Dutch against Poland in their opening game. Poland, who were beaten by Austria today. So Poland rooted to the foot of Group D, and at the start of the night France led the way. Austria started second, the Dutch in third, but of course Netherlands moving up a place as it stands. Either team, they need a win to go through to the knockouts. A draw not enough tonight. N'Golo Kanté, 25 yards out, poor square ball, Thuram couldn't reach it, intercepted by Schouten in a congested area. Now it's back on the halfway line, it's still 0-0. Live on TalkSport, 20th minute. Every game of the Euros is live with us, including Scotland's group decider against Hungary in Stuttgart on Sunday. Live on TalkSport. Scotland really have to win, and England's final group game is against Slovenia next Tuesday in Cologne. We'll have that live for you tomorrow. Georgia against the Czech Republic, Turkey against Portugal, Belgium against Romania, all live on TalkSport. And we've got the Sports Bar Weekender, which will take your calls once we're done here tonight in Leipzig. Chris Wellerman.
If I'm Jules Koundé, I'm saying to Dembele, stay away, stay away, stay expansive. That's my space to run into. You keep coming to me. Where's the strength? You want to try and create situations where it's 1v1 with Nathan Ake. Like you say, he can take on anyone when he's at it. But why is he dropping so deep?
I have no idea.
Crossfield, Conte, right to left, high ball. Thuram has brought it down brilliantly. Elegant control in front of Frimpong. And now Rabiot, inside left channel, back out wide to Thuram again. Rabiot is on the underlap. He's trying to whip it across. Did that take a deflection? No, goal kick.
You understand what I'm saying? I like the start of the game from France, but we are missing so many things. The last pass, it's not good. We should do much better than that, because we are building the game from behind. We are good. We approach the goal, but at the end we are missing this technical touch.
Yeah, little details.
Yes,
maybe for France so far. And the Dutch are still jumping up and down. Everywhere you look, the noise, maybe it's because of the end that we're at, but it feels like a Netherlands home game. Albeit you have to remember, France were dominant in the two matches they played against each other in qualifying. 6-1 on aggregate, France. Forward by de Vrij, out of defence. The number 6, high crossfield ball. Good interception by Koundé, tracking back diligently, and a little back header to his goalkeeper, Manuel.
Yeah, but it's much better from France there. Griezmann out of possession of the ball. He just stays on Randers. So they're looking at De Vries passing the ball, gets it back from Van Dijk, and he gets his head up. So what does he do? He drives forward himself. So then it's on Thuram to go all the way with him. He can't really get close enough to connect, but then he goes for the big diagonal. I've got to say, Koundé was defensively in position. Great header.
Former Scotland striker Chris Wellerman. Slide tackle, Xavi Simons. Very enigmatic talent, the 21-year-old. He plays his football in France with PSG, his parent club, but he knows this stadium well. He had a great spell here on loan at Leipzig last season. Now it's the turn of the French to crank up the volume as Koundé clips a high ball long over the head of Dembele, and the ball is nodded forward by Van Dijk. Reinders, was he fouled by Dembele? No, he went to ground. Well, at least initially Anthony Taylor looked like he'd given France a throw, but he seemed to change his mind, and in fact the free kick has gone the Netherlands' way, about 15 yards into France territory, and they are, after some deliberation, going to send De Vrij, Van Dijk and Ake forward here. 0-0.
I don't mind that at all. You know, you look at the quality of Depay, you know, it's going straight in there. Can they go and win that aerial duel and then keep the ball alive there? You know, this one's going in, it's bending right on top of Magnon, the body's running across the face, anything can happen.
Some aerial bombardment on the way here for France. Depay to whip it in high towards Dumfries, is peeled away at the back post, and his header drifts well wide in the end, still 0-0. A goal kick to France here on this warm evening with some blue skies still visible up ahead, one or two clouds in the sky, big banner behind the goal, the irresistible French, it says, in blue, white and red. I wonder what Didier Deschamps, a man you know well, Emmanuel Petit, will be thinking on the touchline at the moment, the French manager. What will he be thinking?
I think he will think to keep on playing the way we're doing from the start of the game. I think we show energy, we show a lot of movements, and we try to put some variety as well. You know, we try to play on the flank, but as well in the central. So we try many options for the moment. We need to be a little bit more concentrated defensively.
Kylian Mbappe on the bench tonight, remember, for France, and he has featured in each of their last 19 games at major tournaments. Anthony Taylor stopped the game. Netherlands have a free kick just inside France territory, far side there, right. Stumble off the ball, inadvertent Chouameni on Gakpo. Now Reinders darting forward, midway inside the France half.
Well done.
Good tackle sliding in. Rabiot to win it back. Rabiot with that left foot, he's given it away, but he was fouled by Charlton despite the appeals of the Dutch supporters. Free kick to France. Now here's Upamecano. Back to Magnon, all in black, and he's wearing number 16, which we mentioned in the first group game is an iconic number for French goalkeepers. Fabien Barthez wore number 16 in 98 and 2000, as you know. And he has a real opportunity here, Magnon. Of course, Hugo Lloris having retired from international duty, and he's excelled himself in the two matches so far anyway. Saliba out of defence for France. Wide left far side is Theo Hernandez. Back to Chouameni now. 5 yards shy of the halfway line. Just token pressure from Memphis Depay. Upamecano over halfway with the other ball to Koundé, trying to flick it on to Dembele. A slightly clumsy attempt at a ball. Now Koundé's nodded it downfield. The header away by Virgil van Dijk. And the Dutch have won it back. Gakpo surging forward. Koundé's gone down. Play goes on. Opportunity. Frimpong turns it left to Gakpo. Inside the area. Lovely football. Gakpo rolls the ball behind Depay and out to play. That'll be a goal kick to France. And there's a problem here for Jules Koundé. He seems to have landed really awkwardly.
Yeah, I think he fell on his shoulders.
Yeah, I've got to say, I think it's Koundé's hugging the line, Dembele inside. He's tried a little flick round. It's also on his shoulder. It's a it's a bad landing there.
So I don't get it. You know, are you injured or not? Or you stay on the floor, or you stand up and then you come back, you know, and try to defend. What is he trying to do?
Is he trying to influence the referee though? You know,
Yeah,
I do. I understand that. I think the game's changed from our day, Emmanuel. But like Gakpo, the Dutch are on the break there, 3v3. The referee, he's up with the pace. I don't understand it as well. Get up and then you go down injured. You know, once the attack is over.
You're finishing your own teammates.
I totally agree.
Meanwhile, France have taken the resulting goal kick short. Koundé seems to be moving absolutely fine. Netherlands 0, France 0. It remains. Griezmann dropping deep into his own half to regain possession. With his back to the Dutch goal. He's steered it wide left to Rabiot. He's continued his run. Good run by Rabiot, but good covering by Dumfries in the right back position to win it back for the Dutch. Of course, What they also can do, the Dutch, is they can switch to a defensive 3 if they need to, with Frimpong bombing forward and Dumfries dropping into a 3. Anyway, they've got possession with Simons. They're playing some lovely, incisive football at times, Netherlands. Reinders, 25 yards out, shot deflected. Big deflection of N'Golo Conte, who else? And it spins into the gloves of Manuel.
Well, I've got to say, Rangers is getting far too much time and space at the minute. You know, I think it's going out to Gakpo there. He's dictating it down this left-hand side. But centrally, someone has to get closer to Rangers.
Good ball up the touchline by Koundé, and Dembele, the flag stays down, and he rams it high over the top. Flag stays down as well. Offside not given. Koundé to Dembele. Yes, the angle's against him. Thuram rather. And Thuram couldn't keep the shot down.
He was not offside, and I think this is a mistake from Van Dijk. He let him go, you know. But again, it's the finishing. The finishing for us is a problem, you know. Crossing, finishing, Rabiot, him now, Griezmann before, 3 times already.
Well, it was an excellently timed run from Thuram. He's got in behind, he can cut across the face of Van Dijk. Why does he not go to a cross goal where he shot? He's trying to put it into the near top corner and just goes for power.
Thuram has only scored twice in a France shirt. No major tournament goal for him. His dad, Lilian, another French legend, is here watching tonight. You're with Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport, presented by Carling, the UK's #1 lager, 18+. Please drink responsibly. Netherlands 0, France 0. And indeed, Antoine Griezmann now level with Lilian Thuram for most appearances at a major tournament by an outfielder for France, 32. Griezmann certainly has produced some of the stuff of legend in his time. Saliba, midway inside his own half of the field, the Arsenal defender, who's looked a little more composed tonight. It was a nervy opening to the group stage for him on match day 1. Now Koundé on halfway, turns away from opposite number Ake and has to go back into his own territory, Chris Llewellyn.
Yeah, I think it's down to the way the Dutch are playing without the ball, very compact, playing high press. Always there. Every time the ball, any French player receives the ball, there's a Dutch player or 1 or 2 there to put that pressure on, not allowing them to get the head up and play. But Koundé can release the ball a little bit earlier, definitely.
Evenly matched, the 2 teams so far, as we tick towards the half an hour mark, and still the atmosphere pulsating through the stadium. It started in the city centre. The ground is just a relatively short tram ride away, and they brought the noise to the stadium here in Leipzig. And we'll bring you every game of Euro 2024 live on the TalkSport network. Make sure you download our app, free and easy to download, and then you can be across everything that way. Dumfries has possession on halfway. Little square ball to Simons, who's not under any great pressure from the French players in the white shirts. Out wide to Dumfries again at walking pace, and now back to Stefan de Vrij, the centre half, just shy of the halfway line. And France keeping quite a compact shape at the moment as the Dutch try to find some forays forward. It's a risky ball, intercepted, and Conte's turned it down the middle. The pass wasn't great from Conte towards Thuram, and across came Dumfries to see it back to the goalkeeper, Emmanuel Petit.
Yeah, you don't take risks like this, you know, in front of players so fast.
Thuram nearly, but not quite. Gakpo now, infield from the left wing position, away from Koundé. Ball infield towards Depay, and Upamecano saw it coming. He read the play really well, and now France on the counter-attack. Rabiot to Griezmann, pulled down by Schouten. Might be a yellow card, it is a yellow card.
Well, it's excellent from Griezmann, isn't it? He's driving, Schouten's trying to make up that distance, arm on the shoulder, pulling back as he's going. Griezmann, I thought, could he release Thuram down that left channel? He decided he wanted to keep hold of the ball and drive. I'm looking at it on the monitor. There wasn't a lot in it. There wasn't a lot in it.
Yeah, he tried to put his body, you know, in front of him. Tried to get the free kick.
We've got monitors in the commentary position here, so we can see everything again in slow motion. Really interesting, well-contested game so far. A game, France, Netherlands. It feels befitting of later in the tournament. It's an international classic, this kind of fixture. Second game of the group stages, a win for either team takes them into the knockouts, because whoever wins will have 6 points if there is a winner.
Look at the Dutch defensive line. Even though fans have the ball in the Dutch half, look how high that is. you have to be so brave, so confident to make sure. It makes it so difficult for France to find those little pockets.
Memphis Depay in orange racing forward. He's got options right and left. He picked the wrong one. Looked to the right, the more difficult ball than Frimpong. But then N'Golo Conte under pressure nearly gave it away. Unlike him, Griezmann tracking back, saw the opportunity to win it back. And France have possession again. The score is still 0-0.
You don't have much time to think, when you receive the ball. You have to see before receiving the ball.
Eyes in the back of your head.
Yes.
And even N'Golo Conte occasionally doesn't have eyes in the back of his head.
Since the start of the competition, the intensity is very impressive, on the pitch. It's going so fast.
It's been tremendous, hasn't it, so far, the tournament. Great watch. Every game seemed to have some sort of intrigue about it. Dembele breaking in between the lines for France up the edge of the D. Lovely pace, but again the pass was poor. Thuram a bit static, and Netherlands scramble it away. 0-0 it remains.
I think you're spot on there, Joe. I think when Dembele's running with the ball, I need more from Thuram. Make the mind up of Dembele to release the pass. He's staying away from it all the time. He's not no movement.
On this action, he should have done everything by himself. Why are you trying to give the pass? You're fixing the last defender. Try it. You're so quick and so fast, so do it.
Charlton at the other end meanwhile, midway inside the France half. And the Dutch playing from right to left towards the end where there are most of the France supporters. Or even a few orange shirts amid the France end away to our left. But they've been hanging out and enjoying the atmosphere together in great spirits. Have the two sets of fans. Forward by De Vrij, long high ball down the middle. Gakpo trying to get on the end of it. It bounces through to Maignan. Little uncomfortable just a moment there for the France centre-halves and the goalkeeper.
As soon as the ball bounces, the defenders are under a little bit of pressure there, but there was that much pace in the ball. Maignan comes out. Gakpo wasn't far away there. He's trying to take it down out there with his first touch. If he does that, then there's all sorts of problems for the French there.
All sorts of interesting questions with the game poised as it is, and of course one of them will be, will we see Kylian Mbappe play any part tonight after his broken nose against Austria? Given away by Griezmann, and now Frimpong is tearing up the middle. Saliba's backing off. Frimpong surges forward and shoots. Saliba did well in combination with Tchouameni to get back and block the shot.
Yeah, but we lost again an easy ball, in the middle of the park, and that gives an occasion, for the Dutch player, but Saliba defended very well with Tchouameni.
Emmanuel Petit with us tonight, and Jeremy Frimpong, you can see how effective he's been for Bayer Leverkusen over the course of the last season there. Amazing double invincible titles. And running at the French defenders, he looked fearsome, and Dembele is carelessly giving it straight to Simons, and it's 2-on-2. Simons low shot, and he's wasted the opportunity from the edge of the D. No power behind it, straight to Maignan, and there's been lots of enterprising attacking play, Chris Iwelumo, but at the moment maybe both teams just lacking that little edge, that decisiveness in the final third.
Yeah, just that final little bit of quality that Simons in. I think it's the wrong decision to shoot. You've got Gakpo breaking his neck on your left-hand side. He's got to release the ball. I think Saliba done very well, just slowing it down. But Dembele has to be better in possession of the ball.
I'm not surprised about that, As I said, it can be so dangerous, for the opponent. But in the meantime, you feel so frustrated about what's happening after that.
Who's the leader, Emmanuel? Who's the one that goes to Dembele and says, come on, kill it? Who is it? To Thuram, I need more from you. Is it Griezmann?
Griezmann,
Griezmann,
that voice? He has the power to do that,
Captain on the field tonight, Griezmann. No foul, De Vrij on Thuram in the French left wing position. France just get a throw at the Dutch end of the stadium. Hernandez with the orange boots on, and he's given up possession to Charlton. It's the third time in a couple of minutes that France have lost possession with ease. Reinders has got Ake making a run in front of him. Instead he finds Simons in the long sleeve shirt. Good reverse ball out to the right, and Depay. They're building here the Dutch. Depay's cross half away by Saliba. Hernandez should complete the clearance down by his own dead ball line, and he does. He's hoisted it downfield up towards Thuram, who's bundled over by De Vrij. Nothing given. Dutch allowed to play on. Here goes Dumfries back to the halfway line and Van Dijk.
I think that's an opportunity there for the Dutch there. They're on top. They've got the overload. Depay's up against his, commit Saliba. Frimpong's trying to get round the outside. He released the ball. There's no need for him to put the cross in. Gakpo's in there on his own in the 18-yard box.
Here come again with Reinders. Conte gets a tackle in, little poke away from Reinders, and now Thuram is darting forward, and it's France on the counter-attack. Only Conte upfield with Thuram. Was he fouled by De Vrij? Yes. 25 yards from goal, a little trip. Emmanuel Petit thinking that should be a yellow card. I don't think Anthony Taylor's going to give a yellow card.
Well, he's very fortunate, I have to say, De Vrij there. I think it is a yellow card, knows exactly what he's doing, putting the back foot out. I've got to say, I need more from Thuram, you know, with the quality that he's got, the aggression, the attributes. Be aggressive.
I totally agree, but Dembele as well. On this occasion, you know, it was a transition, and there were only 3 or 4 Dutch players, you know, in defense. So ask the ball behind the defenders.
No such luck on that occasion for France. Thuram now got mud on the back of his white shirt. Griezmann standing over the free kick. It's further away than 25 yards. It's about 30, maybe 35 yards out. Left of centre as we look at it. Griezmann has placed the ball down. Now then, Koundé and Upamecano at the far post, and I can see Saliba in amongst a sea of orange shirts there as well. Rabiot lurking, whipped in by Griezmann, in towards Saliba, headed away by Virgil van Dijk, right in front of his own goal line. Upamecano with a careless ball, no pressure whatsoever, and he's lofted it out to play. Emmanuel Petit, they talked, didn't they, France, in the build-up to this game about being sharper in all sorts of moments. We haven't seen that tonight.
Technically, we're losing, we're making so many easy mistakes, you know. We're talking about top players, come on. So it can happen, you know, sometimes, but it's been like this for at least 6 or 7 players already.
Well, there are plenty of options on the bench for Didier Deschamps as Thuram wins it back off Reinders. The mistakes are contagious. The Dutch have given it away. Dembele with a chance to attack the edge of the penalty area. He's rolled it square, cleared away by Schouten. It'll drop down to Dembele again on the edge of the box. Van Dijk stretches, lunges, makes the tackle. Free kick given by Anthony Taylor. Only a couple of yards away. Dutch fans all around us in front of our commentary position, out of their seats in frustration, and Van Dijk not happy either.
Me too. I think it's not a free kick. Maybe I'm wrong.
He's thrown himself to ground, hasn't he, Dembele?
Come on. It's a European competition, highest level. So if you fall like this, when I touch you,
I think it's a free kick. I do think it's a free kick. Yeah, he doesn't get the ball, Van Dijk. He actually kicks Dembele's foot, and that's what moves the ball. So, in fairness, you know, I thought you're a little bit harsh on the big man there, but he does need to, he does need to up the levels.
Okay, fair enough.
Emmanuel Petit and Chris Iwelumo with us tonight, live on TalkSport in Leipzig. And there are 2 standing over the free kick for France. It is right on the edge of the penalty area, right of centre as we look at it. Griezmann and Dembele. You'd think, is the angle a little against Griezmann? You'd think it favours the left foot. There are 4 in the Dutch wall. 2 French players standing just in front of the wall. Tchouameni and Thuram. Quickly, Chris.
Well, this is perfect for Griezmann. He can get it up and down over the wall, or go exactly where the 2 players are at the right-hand side. You know, for Verbruggen, this is a difficult, because he's got the option.
Griezmann steps up left-footed, hits the wall and flies behind. You heard the boos from the Dutch fans and now the cheers. French corner, 0-0, 41 minutes play.
Already?
Can you believe it? It goes quickly on TalkSport, Emmanuel. It goes quickly.
Is there any extra times?
Well, I'm sure there will be. Oh, now sort of plastic glasses are being thrown at Griezmann. That's no need for that. From some of the fans behind the goal, and beer flying through the air right in front of Griezmann, and they've got to put a stop to that. Griezmann's just picked up that plastic bottle and he's just gesturing to the fans to calm down. Corner to France. Griezmann left-footed into the near post. Bad delivery. Gakpo actually had to stoop to head that clear. He had to bend double to head that away. 0-0.
I think when you've got the players in there that can go and be aggressive and make that first contact, you have to beat the first man. You know, and Gakpo's having to it's like a diving header to clear it. You know, with the quality that Griezmann has, that should be on the money every single time.
Hasn't been there yet. Hernandez back to the halfway line and Saliba, so the immediate danger is gone for the Dutch for now. The ball is with Koundé. right of centre on the near side of the field. You're with Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport, presented by Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction. Get your favourites delivered now. Almost deafening noise at times as Upamecano turns and rolls the ball back to Maignan. And France build with Tchouaméni, the number 8, hoists the ball high up the inside left channel. Hernandez watches it drop over his shoulder. De Vrij at his back. De Vrij swings his foot at the ball, clears it away. Only as far as Tchouaméni. Rabiot crossing position in towards Griezmann with the header, and it's into the gloves of the goalkeeper.
Not strong enough, the header. But at least I think Didier Deschamps give a plan to his players, because I've seen so many runs behind the defenders from behind, and they try to play the long ball behind the defenders all the time. So I think this is the tactic from Deschamps.
I think this is spot on. Hernandez, being the one getting behind Rabiot, just sitting. It's an excellent ball from Rabiot. Griezmann had a lot to do to try and come back and get his head round it, but it's much better with French, especially down that left-hand side. Energy, that intensity that you want, and they're picking up second balls as well.
Yeah.
Schouten has possession for the Dutch. Still 0-0, and there have been so many goals scored at Euro 2024. We haven't had a goalless draw yet, if I'm right. And I'm surprised that we haven't seen a goal go in here so far. The best chance has come for France. Rabiot, 6 yards out, goal at his mercy, trying to let it square to Griezmann, who stumbled. They are a little bit bobbly, the 6-yard boxes, but no real excuse. Rabiot, though, should have gone for goal earlier. Now Dumfries has possession in between the two dugouts far side. Ronald Koeman is there in a dark polo shirt and trousers. He's stood in his technical area for the entire match so far, a key part of the total football team of 1988. Little flick to Frimpong for Netherlands, and he wins the throw of Adrien Rabiot. It's been pretty even. Is that fair, Emmanuel Petit? The first 45 minutes pretty even so far?
Yes, I think at the moment it's quite difficult and hard to say who's going to score the first goal,
Here's Ake, left back position. He stumbled Ake, and Dembele got it away from him. Ake handled, and the referee eventually gives France the free kick. Ake under pressure from Dembele, and actually both sides, Chris, look like there's chances of mistakes.
No, definitely. I think it's just that final decision, that final pass, that final little bit of quality for both sides just need to be raised.
Yes.
If it's the final pass to play someone through or to get the shot away. Tactically.
Yes. The highest level for me is not physical, it's tactics, it's technique. Mental and technique for me is the most important. And we've seen that, Dutch and French, they have opportunities, but the last pass, the last strike, is not good enough.
We've nearly had the 45 minutes of normal time, and here comes the fourth official with that electronic board, and there's a minute of added time at the end of the first half as Simons flicks the ball down the middle, but Denzel Dumfries couldn't get there, and it's gathered by Maignan. Here is Tchouaméni, midway inside his own half, slows the pace of the game slightly. Conte first time touch, back to Saliba, now Upamecano, heavy ball by Saliba. Upamecano stretching, is able to get to it. Tchouaméni pivots, rolls away with possession just shy of the halfway line. Little angled ball through towards Dembele, who let it run through his legs to Koundé, and good work by those two to win a throw off Gakpo on the retreat. We've got only a few seconds left of first half added time now as Upamecano plays it back to the halfway line. A very engaging first half. Some of the crowd heading for the concourse areas ahead of the break. The darker skies overhead now. All eyes on Anthony Taylor, the referee. He's had a quick look at his watch and he blows the half-time whistle. It's only the fourth game to be goalless at half-time at Euro 2024, but it's certainly been entertaining, and we should have had goals. France certainly will feel so. The best chance of the game so far has fallen to them. Adrien Rabiot, after a lovely flowing move, clear on goal, point blank range, looked like he would shoot, instead he laid it square. Griezmann missed his kick, France got in a mess and it was cleared away. Griezmann's had an effort tipped over the bar by the Dutch goalkeeper Bart Verbruggen. At the other end, Frimpong and Gakpo both denied by Mike Maignan. It's been a terrific watch and very engaging, but both sides just lacking that quality ultimately in the final third so far. Half time on TalkSport. Netherlands 0, France 0. And Mbappe sits alone on the bench at the moment here. He was out before anybody to take his place on the bench on the far side as we look at it, with Didier Deschamps just sitting to his left. And no changes at half-time for either team. France will get the second half underway in just a moment. The change kit, white shirts with pinstripes, is a lovely change kit. Blue shorts and white socks, and France playing from right to left towards where the bulk of the French fans are, and the Dutch all in orange from left to right. We're back underway. Netherlands 0, France 0. Live on TalkSport, an early touch for William Saliba just seconds into the second half. So unchanged, the two teams. Verbruggen is the Dutch goalkeeper, Dumfries, De Vrij, Van Dijk and Ake. Then Schouten and Reinders, with Frimpong, Simons and Gakpo in behind Depay. And for France, Maignan the goalkeeper, Koundé out on the right of the back four, Upamecano, Saliba and Hernandez. Conte and Tchouaméni sitting deepest, Rabiot towards the left, Dembele on the right hand side, and Griezmann in support of Marcus Thuram. Lots of spectators still making their way back to their seats here. Dembele far side the right, trying to jink away infield in between two orange shirts, and he wins a throw which Jules Koundé will come across and take. There were chances at both ends in the first half. France missed the best of them. Rabiot should have gone for goal. Instead, unselfish, played it square to Griezmann, who missed his kick. It's a careless ball back into the French half, and Upamecano and Emmanuel Petit, World Cup winner, Euro 2000 winner alongside. France will have to be much more careful, particularly in the final third in this second half, Manu.
Yeah, on both areas, because we need to be more clinical up front and more concentrate sometimes in defense, but we didn't give a lot, to the Dutch players.
We have a Frenchman and a Scot, part of our commentary team tonight. We're going to work with Chris in a moment. What pace by Dembele, motoring down the right, accelerates away from Ake. In the end, his touch was heavy, and out of play goes for a goal kick. You don't see pace like that very often on a football pitch, Chris Iwelumo.
No, we don't, but we know exactly what Didier Deschamps has been saying to Dembele in the half-time. Every time you get it, be direct, be aggressive with it. That's more like it, isn't it?
He's always a threat, with the ball, because he's so fast. But again, it's the finishing. He must improve. It's been like that, all season for Paris Saint-Germain.
Dembele, 5 goals in his France career. Rabiot infield for France, takes a big deflection, spun off the head of Reinders, and it's job nearly for Tchouaméni to touch it onto Griezmann. The floodlights on here, and there are big red floodlights at the top of each stand on the roofs here. Of course, Leipzig play in red and white, the home team here in the east of Germany when there's club football at this stadium. Rabiot with the pink boots on thinks about going back to the halfway line to Saliba. Instead feeds Tchouaméni, sitting in between the two centre halves. Most of the crowd here look like they are Dutch supporters who packed out the city in the build-up and have been really enjoying themselves alongside and with their French counterparts, I should say. All part of the overall enjoyment of tournament football that makes not just nights like this and the matches so special, but the build-up to the games as well. Quite a slow pace early on in the second half here. Netherlands 0, France 0, live on TalkSport. It'll be fascinating to see who's got the key to unlock the door here.
I'm just looking at the Dutch without the ball. Depay very much on his own, and they've got the two banks. The defensive line's a little bit deeper, even when France come into the Dutch half there. So I don't understand that. I thought it worked quite well in the first half. That defensive line needs to step up every opportunity.
Forward by Conte, high towards the left-hand side. Rabiot will try and keep it in by the corner flag. He can't get to it. It'll be a throw on the Dutch right. A wealth of options for both teams among the subs, and of course France have got so many options as well. Should Deschamps think about changes?
Yeah, I'm thinking about Coman, for example, instead of Dembele as a right winger, but Barcola as well on the left wing. But if he does that, I think he will try Mbappe. I think Mbappe is going to come in the second half here.
Well, it almost feels inevitable, doesn't it? But you and Chris were raving about Barcola at half-time and just how much potential he's got.
Yeah, fantastic talent. I think it's the age, probably the inexperience, but Deschamps, he's brought him to the tournament. I'd love to see him just have that, give him the freedom. The confidence is there because he's involved with the tournament. So
yeah, I know what you mean, but I think Barcola is too young. 6 months ago he was at Lyon. He came during the January, at Paris Saint-Germain, and he has improved so much in space of 6 months. But I think it's the surprise, for the national team here in this Euro. I think it's a little bit too soon.
Free kick to France in their left back position. Quite a frenetic first half, plenty of chances, and the slightly low-key start to the second half continues here. 5 minutes into the game, with the skies dark overhead. Upamecano in possession for France. Our commentary position just to the right of the halfway line in the lower tier, opposite the Netherlands dugout on the far side. Ronald Koeman sitting down with his arms folded. He, like Didier Deschamps, has won the European Championship as a player before. Upamecano gets in front of Gakpo to send it back to Saliba, who steers it over the halfway line into the feet of Dembele. Wide on the right is Koundé. Koundé on the overlap, he's taken it down well. Low ball in, only half away. Comes to Dembele, edge of the penalty area, opens up left foot. Cleared away by Schouten, and Simons will bring it down for the Dutch.
Well done.
Schouten forward to halfway, the centre circle and Depay. He touches it round the back to Frimpong. Frimpong on the halfway line near side the right. He's going to slow the game down here and pop it back to Dumfries. There was some promise in that build-up play for France, Emmanuel, but still not quite able to test the goalkeeper.
No, because I think the Dutch are well organised defensively, and they are aggressive as well on the ball, so it doesn't make easy for the French players.
Great way to pass by Frimpong towards Dumfries, who made a late run into the penalty area, but the free kick is given for a foul on Upamecano. The Dutch fans behind the goal in their thousands are furious, but you're pretty sure, Emmanuel Petit, that was a foul.
There is a touch. If you said to me that there was a foul on Dembele, so there is a foul there.
I totally agree, but that shows you the threat of the Dutch there. Frimpong, great hold-up play from Memphis Depay. The little set to Frimpong, the way to pass for Dumfries, who's making that underlap. Upamecano sees the danger, comes across, gets there first, and like you say, there is a slight contact, isn't there? Very similar.
I think the players nowadays are more intelligent than us, back in days.
Smiles all around here. Not sure it's the same in the French dugout at the moment. Remember, either team, if they win tonight, will qualify for the knockout stages, the round of 16, but they need a win to guarantee that. 3-1 winners, Austria against Poland earlier today. So Poland are on the brink of elimination already, because if France avoid defeat, Poland will be out tonight, the first team out. Conte, 25 yards out, he's wriggled away from one challenge, and Conte rifles it high over the top. Not scored a major tournament goal in all of his experience. That's not his role, of course, in the French team, and nowhere near to troubling the young goalkeeper.
Wrong decision. I thought excellent play from Conte. He's getting round, he's driving 25 yards from goal on the angle. I think he's just got to put it out to the right to Dembele. He's done his job, he's got it into the attacking area, but that's the thing, it's that decision making, isn't it? Fantastic player, done ever so well to get there. Wrong decision.
Every game at Euro 2024 live across the TalkSport network, including Scotland and England's next game. Scotland-Hungary, must win for the Scots on Sunday, and England in their final group game against Slovenia on Tuesday. Gakpo, corner of the 18-yard box, infield to Reinders, might size up a shot, plays the ball into the feet of Frimpong. He was rattled at his feet, he couldn't control, and Reinders was able to stick out a leg and hook it away to the halfway line. 0-0 the score, 8 minutes into the second half, live on TalkSport. Out on the left is Gakpo, number 11 with the orange boots on. Back it goes to Reinders, she's 35 yards out. Wide on that left-hand side is Xavi Simons. Shapes to cut infield, he does so. Reinders little touch square to Depay. Depay, deft ball forward to Ake. Suddenly forward on the overlap. One-on-one with his opposite number, Koundé. Neither team able to find a way through in the final third. Both teams relatively well organised off the ball, and it's proving difficult to conjure up really clear-cut opportunities here. Frimpong, infield from the right, the young man who's really made his mark this season. Now Simons racing through the middle, tripped by the retreating Dembele. Clumsy foul, free kick. Is it just about within shooting range?
It's a silly challenge from Dembele, isn't it? Simons just plays it, puts his body in between ball and man there. There doesn't need to be a contact.
No, I think this is a silly mistake. Very close to the goal, so it's a good opportunity for the Dutch, but there were numbers of French players, you could have stopped easily.
Emmanuel Petit, winner of the European Championship in 2000. And a busy day was on White and Jordan earlier for over an hour. And White and Jordan,
I wake up very early, you know.
to spar with Simon Jordan, and now you're here with us in the commentary box. Now then, this free kick, it's within shooting range for Depay. How are we looking? Maybe 25-30 yards out, left of centre. He's got a bandage across his forehead, the white bandana of Depay. He's going to size this up the number 10. 0-0 the score, 10 minutes into the second half. Depay strikes it right-footed into the wall after all that build-up. Maignan doesn't even have to make a save. He didn't even reach the edge of the penalty area. Now Van Dijk has angled the pass wide to Frimpong. There's still plenty forward here for Netherlands. Frimpong has got Hernandez backing off. Couple of step overs, socks rolled halfway down his shins.
Impossible.
Two surrounding him.
Of course.
And the ball has gone out of play.
It's out.
Had no support. It is a goal kick for France. Yes, there was no way through for Frimpong.
That's excellent defending, isn't it? Rabiot and Hernandez linking up there, just doubling up on Frimpong. I'm surprised he's not just sent it back to Dumfries with his delivery as well. They could just put one in the box from a little bit further out, that middle third.
I mentioned White and Jordan, by the way. You can catch White and Jordan on YouTube, live in Germany on our YouTube channel throughout the course of Euro 2024, as well as, of course, on the radio. Hooked away by Upamecano for France, high upfield. It's a good spell, this, for the Dutch, although, as I say that, the flag is up on the near side for offside. 0-0 it remains. And we're only 4 minutes away from the hour mark at this point. Our commentaries tomorrow: Georgia against Czechia, Turkey against Portugal. That could be a real cracker at 5 o'clock on TalkSport. Then Belgium, who need points, against Romania. Upamecano has the ball for France, just jogging forward but at no great pace. Angled ball to the right, and Koundé, still no sign of any imminent changes for either team. I guess that might start to come into play when we get to the hour mark. It's Euro Game Day live on TalkSport, presented by Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, please drink responsibly. Upamecano over halfway. The Dutch sitting a little deeper in orange. France playing from right to left, and Conte's nudged it wide into the path of Dembele. Three in the middle, Dembele's cross, and Rabiot was there coming into the back post, but he could only turn it high and wide on his right foot.
At least that was a good cross from Dembele. It's unfortunate that there were nobody, at the reception.
It's a difficult one for Rabiot to take, especially on his right side as well. He sees it coming in all the way, but he's got a lot of distance to make to try and connect with the ball on the full.
It's quite hard, for the French player to find Marcus Thuram, on the crosses, set pieces, they never get him. He should try, to show which post he wants to go, the first one or the second one. He has to show, to give something.
Yeah, but surely they know the player, they know his strengths, they know what he does.
Up against two big dominant centre-halves in Van Dijk and De Vrij. And Ake, of course, very capable whenever he comes across from that left-back position. Netherlands 0, France 0. Good noise from the French supporters behind the goal now. They may be outnumbered, but not being outsung at the moment. Ake in the left-back spot. Hooks the high, long ball downfield, headed away by Upamecano. Leads a little bit of spark at the moment, the second half, to really bring it to life. There was quite a bit of entertainment in the first period, but that has lessened somewhat. Rabiot over halfway, hair in the trademark ponytail. He's rolled the ball up the inside left channel, reverse pass. Thuram can't find a teammate. He's exasperated, Thuram. He's frustrated as the layoff goes nowhere, but Rabiot good tenacity to winning it back.
It's a great reaction from Thuram to go and get that challenge back and win the ball back for Rabiot to get possession.
Frustrated, isn't he, Emmanuel Petit, at the moment?
Yes, I can understand that. Come on N'Golo.
Conte, left wing position, infield. He shapes to play the ball back to the edge of the area. Tchouameni, 25 yards out. The Dutch have got players back behind the ball. Tchouameni lashed at it, slices it miles wide. Must have gone right through the legs of Schouten. It took a touch. It is a France throw. 10 yards from the corner flag. And that was optimistic and speculative, to say the least. Koundé takes the throw. Lots of French banners and French flags behind the goal to the left-hand side, equally at the Dutch end to our right as well. France having a decent spell in possession, but can they carve out a chance with it? Little glancing touch, Dembele. into the path of Koundé, level with the edge of the 18-yard box. Back to Dembele, who waits the run of Conte, who can't reach the pass, intercepted by Reinders. Dembele, a couple of quick step-overs. Fleet of foot, but has he got the pass? Square to Conte. Conte does well to keep the French in possession, but had to go back to Upamecano. Now Saliba, still goalless, and we are now just about at the hour mark on TalkSport. Subs from both sides warming up along the touchline on that far side of the field.
Yeah, but no Mbappe.
But no Mbappe.
He's still on the bench.
You're right. Sitting down towards the far side of it. Rabiot takes the possession, edge of the box, onto Thuram. Thuram on the edge of the D, drives forward and shoots!
Oh!
And it's a couple of yards wide of goal. Close, but not quite close enough yet.
Not far, but at least he had a shot, you know. He won't be more frustrated after that.
It's better though, you know, you're looking at the Dutch, you know, the friend, not really moving the ball with any pace. It's quite comfortable for the Dutch to defend against and be compact. When Rabiot, he drives into the space, he commits defenders, he moves people around, he creates that space for Thuram. Yeah, he still has a bit to do, just manipulates the ball to his right, should hit the target, hits the target, it's causing a few problems in it for Bruggen.
Miscue header by Hernandez, and then Chouameni slides in on Xavi Simons. Referee Anthony Taylor stares at the incident, thinks he's got the ball, and then Simons penalised for obstruction. Free kick to France. Right, what do we make of all of that then?
So the foul is for France. Am I correct?
Yep. Chouameni sliding in.
Well, okay.
Simons goes down. Has he given that for obstruction? What's he? There's two of you here. What's he giving it for?
Well, he's got it wrong. it should be a free kick to Chouameni.
It's the opposite.
Chouameni's went up with two feet in the air, and it's a genuine attempt from the ball because Simons comes in from the blind side. But he basically scissor kicks. He catches him between his thighs and comes down.
For me, it should have been a free kick for the Dutch.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Well, France get the free kick instead. Anthony Taylor, he was crouched down and he was staring at it. And yet France get the free kick. If France score, you'll probably know without me telling you, because Manu is kicking every ball at the moment here.
No, I'm getting nervous all the time. I'm so passionate about the national team of football in general, but
absolutely, and rightly so. World Cup winner Emmanuel Petit scored in a World Cup final, part of the Euro 2000 winning squad. Dembele's won a corner, and he's just getting the French fans to jump into the air. He wants a little bit more from them. It's a corner to France in what has been a very tight second half so far. Saliba's forward here. Thuram, Upamecano.
I don't get it.
Corner whipped in by Dembele. Oh, just over the head of Griezmann, headed away by Van Dijk. Koundé's worked it back out wide to Dembele again. Time to deliver. Chouameni header over the top. Closest we've come to a goal in the second half.
At least we've seen two very good crosses from Dembele. And at the end, it's an occasion to score for France.
It's not a bad header from Chouameni at all. You know, I think he was hanging up for a long time. Had to get his head round the ball and steer it towards goal. All the pace was on the cross itself. I think if he hits the target, I think it's a difficult one for Bruggen there.
Yeah, I was just wondering if Giroud was on the pitch. Maybe this ball, you know.
He may yet come into the game, Olivier Giroud. Mbappe looks unlikely to do so. He's not actually wearing a substitute's bib.
Well done.
Rabiot has won it back midway inside his own half of the field. Maybe the game is going to start to open up a bit now. France with the best attack and best chance of the second half so far. A draw would keep them level on 4 points apiece. They'd be in the top two, Netherlands and France, but they wouldn't confirm their place in the knockouts. A win is what they have to get, either team, to do that, to get through to the round of 16 and join Spain and Germany, who are the two who have already got there. Worth noting as well as it stands, because France aren't behind, Poland are heading out. They'll be the first team out of Euro 2024. 64 minutes gone. Hernandez near side the left, just chops it back square to Rabiot, about 10 yards from the corner of the penalty area. A couple of 1-2s between him and Griezmann. Now Saliba halfway, and Chouameni says, I'll take it off your toes, and play the ball square to Upamecano. Dutch fans trying to rouse their team. Maybe a little bit of nervousness in the Dutch ranks now, because France are having a good spell in the game. Saliba's got it on the halfway line, out towards the right, and Tchouaméni, who stopped short of moving forward, goes back to Upamecano. Eurogame Day Live on TalkSport, presented by Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction. Get your favourites delivered now. Wide on the left is Rabiot. Rabiot infield to Conte, number 13. Quick ball to the feet of Thuram. Thuram holds it up, works the ball into the path of Hernandez, and Conte still out on the left. France playing from right to left as we look at it in the second half. Ronald Koeman watches on, the Dutch boss, with his arms folded. Who's going to break through this stalemate here? Lovely footwork by Dembele to Tchouaméni. Quick ball, Thuram. Dembele could be in. Cleared away. Touch forward. Griezmann in the area. Saved by Verbruggen. And it's gone wide for a corner. French football, an absolute delight, but they couldn't again get that final touch to turn it home. Corner.
I just can't believe it. How we missed that again. I thought that N'Golo will try his chance. He kept the ball, he was very not selfish on this occasion, but Griezmann, again, you should have scored.
It's an excellent ball from Kante to Griezmann there. He has to put it in the back of the net. Take it first time. He's trying to take a touch. He's 4 yards from goal.
He lost balance, I don't know why, because he was not under pressure.
Here comes the corner, over the head of Rabiot, headed away by Schouten. What a good save by the young goalkeeper Verbruggen again. Very good against Poland in the first game as well. 0-0, Netherlands against France, 20 minutes into the second half. Tchouaméni from range, drives it in low, double deflection, Netherlands get to it. Frimpong trying to scamper forward, cycled back by Dembele. France are having the better of it now. Can they get themselves in front in the game? Urged on. Sometimes I can barely hear myself above the crowd here. Brilliant atmosphere. France looked as though they'd done everything right. What a ball it was by Conte to pick out Griezmann, who couldn't finish. Rabiot, 30 yards out, Griezmann's touch. Conte, edge of the penalty area, through the legs of Nathan Ake, wide to Dembele, great ball in. Oh no, too close to the goalkeeper in fact, gathered by Verbruggen.
No, I don't mind that. I don't mind the ball from Dembele there. He tries to put it between the last defender and goalkeeper. I'm expecting someone to try and get across the pace, just a little touch. All the pace is on the cross, mate, Emmanuel.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. That's what I said about Marcus Thuram before, but he's not the only one, But Griezmann, again, a player like him, when the balls come like this, just easy, no under pressure, you should have scored.
Still it won't go in. Is it going to be one of those strange nights? It's somehow still goalless, and Ronald Koeman, is he not happy with something, Chris, on the far side?
Back in my memories, I can't remember the last time we had so many great occasion, and we didn't score. We used to do that often, but in this game, we missed almost everything.
Well, Griezmann would normally take the 2 chances he's missed. Here he is on the ball, the number 7, the captain, wriggling forward up to the edge of the area. Wide is Dembele, who's suddenly having a good influence on the game. Dembele onto his left foot, teases back onto his right. Ake stumbling, Dembele goes for goal. Rising left-footed drive over the top. France trying to edge closer and closer, stays 0-0.
Well, it's much better from Dembele this second half. He's making things happen. He's dictating it. He's getting Ake there. I've got to say, once he got away from him the first time,
he's more dangerous.
That's when the shot has to come. When he goes back to Ake and he allows him to come, he manipulates it and gets his shot away, but it's harder then.
Because in the first half, he was always thinking about crossing the ball. Now he tried to get his chance all the time.
Didier Deschamps raging in his seat on the far side, not happy. As the Dutch are readying maybe a triple change on the far side of the field. They're still getting instructions, so we'll bring you more detail on that triple change as and when it happens. You're listening to Talk Sport live at Euro 2024. French fans, we're live in the stadium. They're bouncing up and down in Leipzig, but it's the Dutch on the attack. A rare attack in the second half. Gakpo down the left, steams past Koundé, and the cross is cleared away. Now it'll drop to Frimpong on the edge of the penalty area. Teases it square to Reinders. Edge of the D. Wide to Gakpo. Depay still forward. Gakpo. Depay. Back to goal. Good save. Rebounding. Simons. Xavi Simons with a wonderful strike. And the deadlock is broken in Leipzig. Dutch delight. A sea of orange behind the goal. The referee's come across to the near side of the field for a word with his assistant. But as far as the Dutch concerned, it's in. But now the flag is up. So is it 1-0 after all? I think the referee
standing near the goalkeeper. Does he impede the goalkeeper's decision? I think that's harsh. I think it's a harsh one, Emmanuel, I'll be honest. You know, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking Gakpo comes in, he bounces it off of Depay. Depay turns and gets his shot away. I'm looking at that there. It's subjective, isn't it?
We are lucky.
Yeah, I've got to agree. I think Magnon...
It's based on appreciation, you know.
Yes.
Well, there's a VAR check taking place, checking offside leading in the build-up to the goal. Anthony Taylor consulted with his assistant in the immediate aftermath, went to disallow it. VAR is checking it. Simons was the man who drove it in, and Dumfries is standing very close to Maignan, but is it enough to be impeding the French goalkeeper?
Well, Maignan didn't dive for the ball.
No, he didn't.
He didn't move. So
he was beaten by the strike. But Anthony Taylor is in conversation with the VAR. You can see him just telling the players to step back. He's still talking to the video assistant referee, who is Stuart Atwell, another name we know well from the Premier League. And VAR checking.
I mean, he was not in front of him. He was not blocking his movement, so he could see what's going on.
Yeah, but Manu, if I'm standing here and you're a goalkeeper, because I'm in your sight, your vision, that can affect your judgment, and that's but it's subjective. This is why it's offside. So it's down to what the referee decides. But I think if VAR looks at it and
I agree,
Maignan doesn't make the movement, I think this goal could actually count.
And on top of it, Maignan didn't move at all. So
Anthony Taylor's called over the two captains, Griezmann and Van Dijk. Well, this must be one of the longest VAR checks of the tournament so far. The Dutch fans behind the goal doing all they can to roar and get behind their team. Anthony Taylor, hand to his ear. Is it going to be given as a goal?
Why is he taking so long?
I think it's down to the look at Maignan. How does he affect him?
No.
If he doesn't move for the
I don't think.
Check over.
He was on the left-hand side. He was not in front of him.
We're being told the check is complete. What's the decision of Anthony Taylor? It is a free kick to France.
I'm happy for my team, but I think it's not fair.
Bad decision.
Yes, I think so, yeah.
France escape. No goal for Xavi Simons.
You know, with all these rules, it's always about interpretation all the time. So you never know who's right, who's wrong.
Oh, and he's coming off now, Simons. And it's going to be Jorginho Wijnaldum to come onto the field. Well, it appeared the decision initially was taken by the officials before VAR got involved, certainly that. It's a triple change for the Dutch meanwhile. Simons going off, so too Schouten, and so too Frimpong, it looks like. So it's still 0-0 live on TalkSport. And here are the changes. Jorginho Wijnaldum, such an experienced player. Joey Veerman are two of the Dutch players to take to the field. And there's a third change as well for the Dutch, which we'll confirm for you in just a moment. Certainly Wijnaldum and Veerman have both come into the game, and it's the number 2, Hed Schrouder, also onto the pitch for the Dutch, who played it through the middle towards Memphis Depay. Maignan off his line to sweep the ball clear. It was a brilliant save by Maignan in the build-up to that disallowed goal as well, and it's still 0-0 Emmanuel Petit, but it's tough on the Dutch, and Ronald Koeman won't be happy about it.
Yeah, but if it's fair enough, I think Koeman, he will tell you as well that they are lucky not to consider goal yet.
Well, Chris, what have you made of the changes here? Is it a slightly more defensive looking outlook for the Dutch at this point?
Yeah, it is, exactly. You know, I think they're bringing on obviously fresh legs, having to go long periods in the second half without the ball, but they're bringing on good technical players, I think, to try and to get some sort of foothold, because they have to be better when they regain possession in that transition. They've brought on good technical players. Veerman coming in, he'll sit and protect. Wijnaldum, can he go and affect it, but he'll sit as well.
Double change on the way for France as Virgil van Dijk hooks the ball clear high up towards the halfway line. So Schouten, Frimpong and Simons, who thought he'd scored the opener, have all gone off. Wijnaldum, Herschada and Veerman on for the Dutch. The ball is with the feet of Tchouameni. 10 yards into opposition territory, tries to put a reverse ball up the inside left channel. It won't reach Griezmann. 0-0, just over 15 minutes left, and maybe this is the right moment for France to make their subs. Dembele going off first, races off, and so too Thuram, and it is Olivier Giroud, France's all-time top scorer, retiring at the end of the tournament from international football, who comes on, and Kingsley Coman likewise as well. Big cheer for Giroud. Emmanuel Petit
is a big favorite, you know, from the French fans, you know, because we have a big admiration about the players, his commitment, you know. He's so professional, this guy, so humble, he never talks, always try to play, give his best on the pitch. I'm happy that Coman has the time to play opportunity, you know, to show his qualities, because I think Dembele is a better dribbler, but I think Coman is much better technically, you know.
Well, there's certainly experience, extra added experience in this French 11 now. Olivier Giroud, the number 9, obviously has gone straight down the middle. So we thought we had Dutch delight in Leipzig. Not the case, not yet so far. A goal for either team probably would be enough to win the game and then send them through to the round of 16. De Vrij for Netherlands. He's midway inside his own half of the field. Chris Iwelumo, who do you think is more likely to break the deadlock at this point, if anybody?
Well, you're looking at Giroud coming on. I think the quality of the crosses have improved for France in the second half. All he needs is one good ball put in. He's so aggressive, times it well, knows exactly where the goal is. Massive threat, and he can play with his feet as well. He links up very well, Giroud. Big fan.
And the partnership, you know, with Griezmann, between Griezmann usually works well.
4 European Championships that he's now played in, Giroud, 37 years of age. The Dutch have the ball and they're at walking pace. More live commentary tomorrow on Talk Sport, back to back, including Turkey against Portugal, Belgium against Romania. There's Scotland against Hungary live on Sunday in Stuttgart. Scotland really need a win. And England's final group game against Slovenia in Cologne on Tuesday live with us. Clearance by Koundé, poor clearance, straight to Gini Wijnaldum, the number 8, checks infield, and he's tripped by the retreating Tchouaméni, I think it was. He got the last touch, free kick to Netherlands dead centre.
That's excellent. You know, I think second ball, Wijnaldum, he's onto it in a flash. I thought he was going to go out to Memphis Depay, but like you say, N'Golo Kante, every time he's there, isn't he? He sees the danger, and yes, okay, it's not a bad free kick to give away when you've got players that have been caught in advanced areas.
Very long way out this. Too far for a shot, surely. Is it?
I think he's going to try it.
Depay?
He's got the power to do that.
Well, he's that kind of player, isn't he? Full of self-confidence.
He's so powerful, you know, so I think he's going to try it.
25 metres out, touch left of centre. Got that sort of white bandana on, bandage.
Maybe he's going to cross.
There are plenty forward for the Dutch.
Shot.
Depay has dinked it in towards the right. Virgil van Dijk at the back post. Good header away by Hernandez. Corner. 0-0.
Yeah, it needed the contact, doesn't it? You know, I think it's we're all sitting here anticipating the shot. It's an excellent little thing. Van Dijk getting round the back. I've got to say, Hernandez had to make the contact. Had to. Good defensive header.
Before we take the corner, they are going to make a substitution. Here comes Big Wout. Striking fear into the French ranks, Emmanuel Petit.
I don't like him.
3 of his 4 major tournament goals have come off the bench. 6'6", straight into the middle. The man who scored the winner with his first touch is on for Memphis Depay. Can he get on his head on the end of this? Veerman delivers from the right, headed by Van Dijk. Weghorst back post, cleared over Meccano. Flag is up. 3 of his 4 major tournament goals off the bench, and Ronald Koeman said everybody knows their roles. Some will start, some will come on, and number 9 knows what he has to do. A big number 9, Chris Iwelumo.
Joe, he's unplayable. You know, I think if the delivery's right, he just attacks the ball, and even there the ball's trying to find him. He's in an offside position, but
he's so tall.
That's from the second phase.
It's so good in the air, you know, the timing, you know, and
and he's still when he jump in the air, it's like Cristiano Ronaldo, It takes 2 seconds, in the air.
Just over 10 minutes to go. He scored the winner in the 83rd minute against Poland, 2 minutes after taking to the field. Poland beaten by Austria earlier today, and a great win for Ukraine coming from behind to beat Slovakia in Group E of Euro 2024. We had both those games live for you. Here is Tchouaméni. Midway inside his own half. The square ball to Saliba. Saliba now out to the near side, and Rabiot. It really could go either way. Griezmann's touch, back to goal, forward to Conte, long busting run, he's eluded Veerman, tripped by Veerman, no, Anthony Taylor says no, cleared away by the Dutch upfield to Weghorst, Wijnaldum on towards Dumfries, overhit, Rabiot will get back and France have it back. Griezmann, over the halfway line, Hernandez making the run down the left in front of him, it's gone infield to Conte with the red boots on, even Conte can't get past 3 in orange, Weghorst one of them, tracking back with great energy already. Veerman to the left and Ake. There's a slightly reinvigorated nature about the Dutch maybe. Disappointment of seeing the goal disallowed. They made the 3 changes. In fact, it's 4 now. And suddenly there's a slightly different feel about them, but they look just as threatening. They've got a number 9, a focal point to aim at. That's the Dutch support again getting involved. Oh, given away by Ake. Griezmann on the halfway line. They were 3-on-3 for a moment there, France. He's knocked it wide to Koundé. Kingsley Coman is there. Far side the right touchline. Infield he runs. Darting infield is Coman. Has to go back now to Tchouaméni. And Koundé. Tchouaméni with 9 minutes to go. Hangs up the cross. Giroud. Far post. Couldn't quite bring it down.
Be careful because he was holding, the shirt of Giroud, the back of the shirt of Giroud. It was a good cross. Unfortunately for him, a little bit too far.
Trauder was the defender back. And he just looked like he lost his bearings, didn't he, for a second there?
Well, that's the movement of Giroud as well there, isn't it? The Trauder just took his eye off him. But like you say, it's so important, and Manu's correct, you cannot pull the shot there. Eyes everywhere. But the honesty of Giroud to stay on his feet as well, if you feel that, you want the player to fall because there is contact.
Deafening noise. This is what Euro 2024 is all about. All 4 sides of the stadium. Whether you're Netherlands, whether you're France, or a neutral. It's been a fantastic night in terms of atmosphere. Still 0-0, but is there time for a late winner? In terms of the Dutch goal that was disallowed, by the way, 3 minutes from the goal going in to the eventual decision being made. What happened initially was the flag went up and the goal had been ruled out. VAR then checked it to make doubly sure, and the decision was stuck with the goal ruled out, I think because Dumfries was in front of Maignan. Here is Trauder, number 2 for the Netherlands. Rolls the ball wide to the left and Ake, little touch by Gakpo trying to bend it around. Koundé couldn't do so. Weghorst, neat layoff. Here's an opportunity for Reinders. Gives it away to Hernandez. Touch on to Rabiot. Rabiot over halfway. Well, they would remain unbeaten, both teams, if it stays like this. Poland will be heading out of Euro 2024 as it stands. They've suffered 2 defeats from 2 in this group, the Poles. Beaten by Austria in the Olympic Stadium in Berlin earlier today. For Meccano, over the halfway line to Koundé. Koundé holds the play up and just nudges the ball square in infield to Coman. The bright shiny boots on, now Conte square to Tchouaméni. Got Hernandez, France trying to stretch the play and open up in terms of width. Back it goes to Tchouaméni. Giroud and Koundé with late runs. Koundé wanted the ball quickly, it wasn't forthcoming. Now out on the inside right channel is Rabiot, who's drifted to that far side. The Dutch with everybody in orange back behind the ball. Ronald Koeman standing on the edge of his technical area, a lone figure. Coman out on the right. Again, tries to maraud infield, but at no great pace this French attack. It's slow. Tchouaméni. Now Hernandez. He's about 6 yards from the corner of the penalty area. Back infield, it feels a long way from goal.
Yeah, they need to move the ball quicker, don't they, Joe? You're saying it now. With no pace at all, it's quite comfortable for the Dutch. They're pressure across. There's no pressure. They're just sitting off them. They need to be more a little bit more direct, a little bit more pace on the pass from France.
Couple of step overs come on. Corner of the penalty area. It might take just one. Great ball in. With the Meccano square to Chouameni. Just not opening them up, Emmanuel Petit.
I think they're waiting for the French mistakes, to get back in transition. There's no pressure, on the players. They're just waiting then to lose the ball.
Again, Gakpo made a half tackle at the expense of a France throw. Didier Deschamps out of his seat on the far side of the field, just pointing and gesticulating. Now the ball's on the opposite side of play. 5 minutes to go on TalkSport. Netherlands 0, France 0. Still the deadlock not yet broken. 5 minutes plus added time, it's worth saying, here in East Germany. For Meccano, through the middle, little touch by Griezmann. Van Dijk at his heels, wins it back, cleared upfield by Veerman. Intelligent pass high on the right. Dumfries is after it. Here came William Saliba to nod it away. Saliba much more assured tonight, Emmanuel, is that fair?
Yes, I think he's improving even more from the first game. I think he's going to establish himself, in the central defender, Konate has some worries, to get,
It does feel like that, doesn't it? For Meccano and Saliba. France heading for back-to-back clean sheets to start the tournament, but only one goal scored. And Mbappe has been sitting on the bench. He hasn't been warming up on the bench in name only. So, for the first time, Kylian Mbappe, after 19 straight appearances in major tournaments for France, he'll miss out tonight. Forward by Conte, Giroud back to goal, lost it down, Griezmann couldn't get there, cleared away by Veerman. What an intelligent header that was.
You see this combination? Giroud with Griezmann, he was straight looking for Griezmann.
Really telepathic understanding. Hernandez is away down the left-hand side. Referee plays the advantage. The cross to the back post. Griezmann brings it down edge of the penalty area. Flicks it wide to the right. Koundé, ball in towards Giroud. Steered away by Van Dijk. Up into the air. Dark skies up ahead now. One back by Conte, but there was a foul by Chouameni on Gini Wijnaldum. Free kick, 0-0. We're in the 87th minute now. And out on this near side of the field, there might be a problem for Rabiot, who's gone to ground.
Don't forget that Rabiot, before he starts, the first game, he didn't play for at least 5 weeks. So he was missing, rhythm and physically, that's why he came off, in the second half. He looked a little bit tired. He received a kick, but I think Deschamps has to be careful because if France wants to go until the end, they will need Rabiot on the pitch. So he needs to be careful with him.
That's a strong challenge as well, coming together. I don't think it's knee on knee, but just above, strong knee from Gattuso. It was to the right thigh of Rabiot there.
Rabiot still being treated. Arsene Wenger is among those here tonight. Emmanuel's
Mr. Dean.
David Dean is next to him.
Yes.
They were so instrumental to all the great years you had at Arsenal, of course.
But this is not FIFA, it's UEFA.
Yes.
So what is he doing here?
Well, he's enjoying it, I'm sure. Fabio Capello among the spectators. And we mentioned Manu's old teammate Lilian Thuram is here as well. It's like a
Christophe Dugarry, Lionel Charbonnier, Marcel Desailly. I think Big Sant'Elisazio as well is here.
Oh, half the team from 1980.
Didier Deschamps, almost half the team,
Well, Didier Deschamps, I think he's finding it rather more stressful.
Zizou is missing.
Yes. Well, there's lots of fans with Zidane on the back of their shirts. Rabiot's on his feet. The game is back underway. 2 minutes of normal time to go. Really enjoyed the game, even if both teams haven't quite been at their attacking best. That's been obvious. It's France 0, still. Rabiot racing away to the left-hand side. He's clearing the area. Rabiot across. Nobody there in white to turn it home. Coman was closest. Kept in play by Griezmann. Down on the right-hand side. Pulled it back. Koundé goes down. No free kick given. French fans appeal. Touch gonna throw. 90 seconds.
Why did he stop his run? He tried to control his run. He was go until the end, just like the first half. Finish the action.
I still need more from Coman. I think Rabiot is here. We know how quick Coman is across the grass. He's got to make his mind up. I understand what you're saying. Rabiot's first touch could be towards goal and try and nullify.
He was not under pressure, He was into the penalty area. The goal was in front of you. On his left foot again. Try to try your chance.
Mbappe's out of the dugout watching now, not happy with something, I think, not happy with the decision to give the Dutch a throw. In the end, France have got a throw now. Midway inside opposition territory into the last 40 seconds of normal time. Netherlands 0, France 0. So neither team will confirm their place in the knockouts just yet tonight. It'll go to the final group game. And for France, that's against Poland. For the Dutch, that's against Austria. The Marseillaise rings out to the left-hand side. Kingsley Coman for France, deep inside Dutch territory, but credit to Netherlands. Really good organisation behind the ball, everybody behind the ball.
Yeah, I agree. Very good organisation.
Chouameni left of centre. How much added time are we going to have here then? 5 added minutes. 5 for a winner, perhaps. Or will it be the first goalless draw of the tournament? Fortunately, there probably has to be one at some point. The ball is with Chouameni. Out to the left in Rabia. Who knows? Maybe we'll see these two meet again at some point in the tournament. Upamecano. Great ball out to the right-hand side. Beat the defender to find Coman. Tucks it infield. Koundé into the area. Back to N'Golo Kanté. Kanté shoots. Big deflection. Goes behind. Corner to France.
I've got to say it's an excellent defensive challenge there. Fantastic. Great play. Coman finds Koundé, finds Kanté. Tries to take one touch and get the shot away. It's an excellent defensive block.
Griezmann standing over it. Upamecano. Rabiot, Giroud in the middle, Saliba and Chouameni there as well. In towards the 6-yard box, punched up into the air by the goalkeeper Verbruggen. Drops down on the edge of the penalty area, takes a bounce. Koundé hesitant, Wijnaldum away. Veerman tackled. It's come back to Chouameni, out to the right and Griezmann. Corner of the penalty area, into stoppage time on TalkSport 0-0. Cross into the box towards Giroud, headed away by Stefan de Vrij. Chouameni can't bring it down on the right. Back with him is Dumfries. Is that a foul on Dumfries? Anthony Taylor lets play continue. Throw to France. We're nearly 90 seconds through the 5 added. Great finish to this game. Really exciting for the French fans. Very nervy for the Dutch supporters. Rabiot has rolled the ball left to Hernandez. Corner of the penalty area. Whips in the high cross. Got header away by Nathan Ake. They're so tough in the air, the Dutch. That back four to beat with crosses, and now Netherlands win a throw. Chris Iwenaman.
Yeah, Gakpo's done ever so well there. Just put the pressure on Koundé, forced the error. To be fair, respite is really needed for the Dutch side at the minute, because it's just basically attack, v defence. They've been very, very organised, hard to break down, but in that transition I've not seen any attacking threat for them for the last 5-10 minutes easily.
2 of the 5 added minutes have been played. Mbappe is now standing up, hands on hips, at the front of the France dugout, kicking every ball, so frustrated that he couldn't be onto the field. And you have to think, if Mbappe had been on the field at certain moments in the match, France may well have got themselves the goal they've needed, albeit the Dutch had one we thought controversially ruled out. It's gone back to De Vrij. Halfway through, 5 added at the end of the game. Didier Deschamps, your old teammate, does look frustrated, doesn't he, Manu, on the far side?
He's frustrated, yeah. And you said that with Mbappe maybe we should have won that game, but I think with the occasion we had, with or without Mbappe, we should have won that game.
Well, they may still, or maybe Netherlands can steal all 3 points at the end. Less than just over 90 seconds to go. Wide on the right is Dumfries. High cross to the back post. Koundé flicks it away. It's going to roll right along the dead ball line. Out of play for a throw by the corner flag. Clever clearing header flicked away by Jules Koundé. Ake's going to go across to take it. Big horses in the middle. Not had a sight of goal yet, Chris.
So important now that the fans stop any opportunity for the ball to come in the box.
Header away by Koundé. It's brought down by Coman back inside his own defensive third. Drives the ball clear only as far as Van Dijk. Touch forward by Veerman. Oh, and he couldn't find Gakpo with the ball up the inside left channel. It's a goal kick, and 1 or 2 supporters starting to head for the exits. But it's been captivating and engaging to watch, even if it does finish 0-0. Chouameni
It's a good 0-0.
Yeah. Not bad at all. Poland are about to be eliminated from Euro 2024. That was the case before the game if France avoided defeat. Means that Poland couldn't even finish third, because remember, a head-to-head comes into play at Euro 2024 in terms of separating teams if they finish potentially level on points. Here's Chouameni for France, pokes it on to Griezmann. Out wide is Hernandez. There's less than 30 seconds left now. 0-0 the score. Chouameni digs it up the left-hand side. Too long, surely. Henschauder should see that behind. It has gone behind. It's a goal kick, and that may just about be that. 95 utterly absorbing minutes have been played. One last chance for both sets of fans to bring the noise, as they've done in the build-up and throughout the course of the game. Cleared by Verbruggen, and that is the full-time whistle. And we have our first goalless draw of Euro 2024, but a thoroughly absorbing 95 minutes here in East Germany. It finishes Netherlands 0, France 0, so both teams miss out on the chance to secure qualification to the knockout stages of the tournament. In doing so, Poland are the first side eliminated. Poland are out of Euro 2024. Their defeat to Austria earlier, coupled with France avoiding defeat, means they are heading home. But it was a fascinating game, chances at both ends. Ultimately, Netherlands came closest. They thought they'd taken the lead through Xavi Simons, but the goal ruled out for offside. That confirmed after a VAR check. It looked like Dumfries, standing closest to the goalkeeper, interfering with play, was the reason for the decision. Both goalkeepers made good saves. France, in the absence of Kylian Mbappe, still created chances. Antoine Griezmann and Aurélien Chouameni guilty of missing two of the best of those. And it finishes here in Leipzig, live on Talk Sport, with both sides level on 4 points at the top of the group. Netherlands 0, France 0.